Hey there, when you travel to Europe, here is what not to forget. When we traveled to Europe this spring, specifically Munich, Berlin, Paris, Brussels, and the Normandy area, I forgot some travel essentials. So this video is about what not to forget when you travel to Europe. Stick around to the end to find out the number one thing not to forget. Do not forget a converter kit. You will get a box, and I will link one below, but it gives you adapters for different parts of the world, and they are specifically numbered or colored according to the country that you'll be visiting. And then you also want to make sure it has a dual wattage converter. And this is for like a curling iron or something that has a heating element. Our kit is almost 20 years old, so if you don't have one, it is a good and wise investment. I forgot to pack peanut butter crackers for that day after you arrive because you are so tired at night. You go to sleep pretty early, but you wake up at like 3 or 4 and you're wide awake. And you were very hungry, most likely. So peanut butter crackers. Do not forget to pack those no sugar packets like Equal or Splenda. They're not everywhere when you are wanting to drink healthfully. Do not forget to pack headphone jacks for like your phone, which might be a flat one if it's the iPhone, or a regular jack for like the old airplane entertainment system plug. Most entertainment systems on the airplane now are still that old kind of plug. And so I also brought these type of headphones and I don't like these headphones because they fall out all the time. So my husband gave me some Apple headphones and they're like $20, but they're almost like the earbuds. They do not fall out of your ears. So I packed both of those. If you want to watch something on your phone and it's not in the seat back of your airplane seat to watch their video entertainment system, then you need some type of prop for your phone. A pop socket. I don't have a pop socket anymore. I just have this thing, so I need some type of prop to hold up my phone, and I don't want to hold up my phone by myself for 8 hours. Several airlines do provide you the headphones that go with their old system, but they might be not working correctly or you might need your own. That's why I just brought mine in case. Do not forget eye drops. I just packed several of these because it's easy to pack them instead of a bottle of eye drops. Depending on your tailwind, you may get over to Europe like we did in 6 hours and 30 minutes. But coming back, it's like 8 hours plus for us because now we have a headwind, so it's going to be a little slower. And my eyes were so red by the end of that flight, and I was wide awake. It was during the daytime now that I was on this time, so take eye drops. Since I was going to be gone for so long, and you can see that my liquids bag is so stuffed already, I used the makeup cloths to remove my makeup, and I used the Mary Kay brand. They take off every bit of my eye makeup especially, and then I also cut them this time in half because half is plenty big enough for my face. I took my basic amount of makeup just in a makeup bag. I also took my toothbrush, don't forget that. But I did not use a whole lot of makeup, but I did find that I wanted to wear it every day. I also pack a hoodie in the bottom of my backpack for the airplane when it gets cold. And also, by the end of our trip, our 10-day trip, I was tired of dressing in these outfits and clothes that I'd worn every day. So I just had a t-shirt and a hoodie type of day and tennis shoes. And I tied the hoodie around my waist when I was warm. And that can go with a long sleeve shirt or a short sleeve shirt in the summer if you feel like you need a hoodie. I know the airflow in Europe is much more stagnant or not as strong and not as cold as it is in America, especially on the subway and in museums and in restaurants and in trains. Do not forget to pack tissues when you travel to Europe. You will have them in your hotel, but also remember that you're going to be around a lot more dust on the subway system and mold, different air quality, that kind of thing. If you are traveling on your own, like not with a bus company who is going to be taking care of your luggage for you, make sure you have really, really good wheels. And you can see that my wheels go into my suitcase a little bit. And they are that thick kind of material or fabric, whatever, metal, plastic. What is that? When you travel on your own, sometimes the train station is several blocks on cobblestone roads, so that's why you need to have such good wheelage. I made a video about how to choose the best luggage as I was shopping kind of for you, and I will link that in the cards or down below in the description box. By the way, my name is Laurie, and I want to say thank you for visiting my Travel Tips by Laurie YouTube channel. I am a Houston pilot wife who's made lots of mistakes, so I'm going to give you tips to travel the globe without a worry in the world. The next thing not to forget to pack when you travel Europe is an empty water bottle. Now you can take one just for the airplane, for being in the airport, for your first day of walking around before you can get into your hotel. But I just have that in my little crossbody. When we traveled to Europe, we all forgot Purell. I didn't think about all the elevator buttons I was going to be pushing, all the handrails going down to the subway system that I was going to be touching. So just a small little bottle of that. Also, don't forget to pack shoes that can get wet. In the summer and the winter, spring and fall, it rains a lot in Europe, as here. But I did pack like regular tennis shoes because of comfort, but they have a mesh top. I saw a lot of like canvas shoes to be worn like in the summer, Vans and booties. Those could be worn more in the winter, but booties were everywhere. And I also saw tons of the bright, I know Michael Kors has a pair of tennis shoes that are like fancier looking. They're all leather, okay, so they can withstand rain. I wore booties on the airplane because I was wearing leggings, compression leggings, high-waisted compression leggings, which I highly recommend. But I wore those also with my skinny jeans. And then I also took these mocks from Merrell. I saw none that looked like this. These are almost 20 years old and they are actually rotting. So I donated them when I was in Europe. I left them in the hotel room for the hotel staff to give away. It was so nice to come back with those shoes missing. So that's another thing not to forget when you travel to Europe is take something that you can leave there so you don't have to pack back up all those things on the last day, like a toothpaste tube. Some people like to buy brand new liquid, like travel liquid bottles and stuff like that. Take old ones that you can just trash or leave or donate when you're there and done. My husband did wear 2 different kinds of Merrell shoes, and those were much more modern looking. But I also saw a lot of black tennis shoes. And these people were not Americans. They did not look like Americans. When we were touring Berlin, I wore my booties and my feet were hurting so bad. So I recommend that you wear whatever shoes are comfortable, even if you don't think they're gonna look good with an outfit. I also recommend bringing a short sleeve shirt for if it gets hot. Like in the winter, I took a lot of thin layers, but I did also take a short sleeve shirt in case it was a warmer day. And in the winter, the inside of restaurants and the train station, it's so hot, you want to take off that sweater. And also, if it is cold in Europe when you are visiting, like in the winter maybe, remember that when you get back home in America or wherever you live, you're having to stop and make another stop in another airport, remember that it might be warm. Like we got home and it was so warm in the Newark airport that I put on this short sleeve shirt and my jeans, and then I was fine. But it helps. I did forget to take slip-on or slide-on shoes, like the little soccer player shoes, or just shoes that you can slip on while you were in the airplane. It's so nice to just take off your shoes when you're flying all night and not have to tie them or bend over and find them in the dark. Pack some slip-on shoes. Don't forget that your county may have a police home safe program. You can research that. A lot of counties in America have that, where the police will randomly check your house. Like they will drive by and see and maybe walk around your house once or twice while you're gone. And then you will receive a text message that says, we drove by your house, or we did a house check for you. I suggest taking tons of lotion because I forgot it was winter when we went. But I forgot how dry my hands get with hotel soap and restaurant soap over there. The airplane soap, oh my gosh, my hands were so dry. This is what I use just to save space in my liquids bag overseas when I travel to Europe. And I will link these below. I recommend using this on your arms and hands. And this lasted me all 10 days. I used the last bit the last day that we were coming home. But I also recommend using the hotel lotion on your legs. Like And the reason I say that is because I don't like smells. So, especially lotion, and some of the hotel lotion is a little cheaper. So it's okay to put that on my legs. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I have the driest legs. I'm mostly cared about my hands. Also remember to take a pen for customs to fill out the paperwork when you return home. I also recommend a hair clip, especially in the winter, because if you are pulling on and off your hood, it's gonna get stringy and wet. Like, I see why so many people have straight hair over there because they can just pull it up in a hair clip and be done with it, or help your hair after it becomes straight as a board, or either fuzzy as a brush. On the way over there, I packed my undies in a really slim line packing cube. That's an idea for you. I also packed a really thick pair of wool socks, and I never used that. But this is for a carry-on suitcase, and you get like 4 in a kit. But this is the only time I would use this kind of packing cube. I can't remember if I've said this already, but tops that can mix and match with blue denim or black denim. I did not see any light gray denim, but I am wearing that today. But a striped top can be mixed and matched with blue denim, black denim kind of thing. And it can be worn on its own or under a sweater. And then you may want to pack Band-Aids for blisters, or there's this one product called Blist Ease, and I haven't used it yet. So if you've used it, let me know. When you travel to Europe, get euros when you can. If you see an ATM, use it. Because when we were on a food tour in Berlin, which I highly recommend food tours, you get to know so much history and get to taste all the cultural foods from that area. We had to pay the guy in cash. Like, we made our reservation online and did a deposit. Anyway, we had to pay some online, but that one and another history tour, we had to pay in cash euros in person. And so we were low on cash at that point. There were so many ATMs we went by on a Sunday night that were already out of money. And it chose that night to pour down rain, and it snowed even in Berlin. So get like as much cash as you can from your ATM as you go. Do not forget to pack compression bags. I have this one from Ziploc, and the reason I like this is because that you do not need a vacuum cleaner. So as soon as you start rolling it, it is going to compress. I am making a video about how to pack in a carry-on for 10 days, so I will also try to remember to put that in the cards and down below in the description box. And also do not forget packing cubes. I bought these about 2.5 years ago, and I was scared that I wasn't gonna like packing cubes because I only would roll my clothes used to. But so this is a cheap pair that I will link below, and they come in all different sizes, but this is all I needed for this trip with the compression bag. They do make compression packing cubes, and because I was scared that I wasn't gonna like packing cubes, I did not even order those, and these are fine, and I have that one compression bag, so I'm not gonna buy the compression packing cubes because they're pretty expensive. Do not forget to pack a crossbody bag. I want a crossbody bag that is big enough for my wallet, my bottle of water if I'm going to be touring all day, and my reading glasses or my sunglasses. So this one's not pretty, and I don't have a link for it, but you do your research and buy one that you're comfortable with, that the strap around your neck is not going to annoy you either. One thing that we did not even think about when we traveled to Europe, and I am telling you now for the #1 tip of what not to forget when you travel, is if you're going for a long trip to Europe, halfway through your trip, book an Airbnb house or rent a house that has a washing machine. Then you can just wash all of your tops or all of your undies, and you don't have to bring as much. But make sure you remember that most houses over there do not have a dryer, so you'll need to hang dry them. So spend 2 nights in an Airbnb or a rental house. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. I'm sorry if it's super long. I hope it did not waste your time. Leave me a comment below and introduce yourself. Happy travels across the pond.